Remember back in May when it was the number 6 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as he worked his way around everybody in this field, including his teammate Carl Edwards, went on to win his first ever NASCAR Nationwide Series race. And boy, did that change his entire season. As right now he is atop the points lead. And across the top of your screen, here is the starting field. 43 cars made it to the show. Nobody goes home. And Tim Schendel will go to the rear. He missed the driver's meeting in the number 52. Ricky Stenhouse is our in-race reporter tonight. Let's talk to him, Ricky Craven.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr., this is Ricky Craven up in the ESPN booth. Do you have us?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Ricky, I got a couple questions for you. The first one comes from Matt in East Windsor, New Jersey. What is the key to getting around Iowa Speedway under the lights versus running the track during the day?
Well, the biggest thing, I think, is not getting loose on entry. I feel like watching the truck race, when it turned in tonight, a lot of guys got free in. So if we can keep our car up underneath us on entry, I think it'll be good for us.
Ricky, I'm going to give you one more question here about winning here in the spring and then the confidence that you bring back here for the night race. Tell me about it.
Oh, we got some confidence, and our number 6 Mustang, you know, in practice yesterday gave us even more confidence. So it's good to come back to a track that we've won. It's the first time I've ever been able to do that. And, you know, we're not in the Nationwide Dash for Cash this year or this race, but we're going to try to finish there for Richmond.
Ricky, I was surprised to hear that this wasn't the same car that you won with. So you got a different car here. How does it compare to the car that you won with in the spring?
I think it's just as good. The guys at the shop at Roush Fenway do an awesome job at bringing us really good race cars each and every week. They've made them better, and I think it's a better piece than what we had.
Ricky, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you all.
And of course, that means Ricky has one of our onboard cameras. Let's show you the rest of them. It's Elliott Sadler, our pole sitter with the One Main Financial Chevy. Justin Allgaier with the Brandt Chevrolet. And then Reed Sorensen, number 32, the Dash for Cash Chevy. Carl Edwards in the Fastenal Ford. Michael Annette with the Nationwide Insurance Toyota. Stephen Wallace with the 5-Hour Energy Toyota. And Eric Almirola with the Ragoon Chevrolet. Let's get the final updates from pit road before we go green. Shannon Spake is up first.
Well, Marty, following the May race here at Iowa, the 16 team of Trevor Bayne and his Roush Fenway teammates, they all noticed a high amount of debris and rubber buildup on their front grille following the race. So in order to keep that grille cleaned and free of anything that may get on it, they've actually turned to a trick that some of the Cup guys used to use at tracks like Martinsville. Good old-fashioned cooking spray. They've painted this spray all on the front grille, everywhere where obviously there isn't tape located. And they're hoping to keep it clean, free of debris, get that air flowing in through there, and maybe they can use it a little bit later to cook something. Jim Noble?
Folks, 12 years ago today, Jason Leffler made his nationwide debut. Tonight, he brings a veteran's perspective to this points race. Now, Jason is 94 points back, folks. He knows the championship is sliding out of reach. So, very simple for this team tonight. Winning is the only thing that matters. The 38 team is focused on victory lane, and they have been third here twice before. To Rick DeBrew.
Well, Reed Sorensen has 2 goals tonight. The first, of course, to get the points championship back. He lost it last week to the guy who's now in the points lead, Ricky Stenhouse. But his other goal is to win $100,000. See that guy right there? His name is Cole Crow. As a result of his being in Daytona, Reed Sorensen feels he was the lucky charm, the guy that enabled him to win the first of the $100,000 dashes for cashes. So he's come down here to be a lucky charm again this week. However, Reed can tell you he's got to really make his own luck out on the track. Marty?
Yeah, none of those drivers are superstitious, are they? All right, let's take a look at our over-the-wall reporter, and let's talk to him. It's Mark Hollywood Armstrong. He's the front tire changer on the number 66. It's Stephen Wallace. Hey, Hollywood, this is a short track. We talked about how it races like a super speedway. How does that affect you guys down on pit road?
Well, Marty, we certainly look at this racetrack as opportunity, and the drivers look at it as opportunity. But the word that we look for tonight down here on pit road is execution. Not only could there be a lot of changes going on with this race starting in the daylight and racing off into the night, but these pit crews have got to execute pit stops and also be prepared for any changes that might be thrown at them. And this crew right here is ready for that challenge tonight, guys.
All right, you be safe down there. And Rick DeBrew, you've got an update last minute on the 33 of David Mayhew?
Yeah, real quickly. It looked for a moment like there was a problem problem. He pulled off when everybody else was going out on the track. Turned out the cooling hose to his helmet was unattached. It's now fixed. But remember, he's a rookie. Never raced in this series. Not a good way to start your first race.
Yeah, but boy, I'll tell you what, he has looked impressive. He's going to start 13th. Let's check out our Goodyear track facts for Iowa. As you take a look at the statistics on the track, let's talk about pit road. It's the one thing we haven't talked about, Ricky Craven.
Yeah, that's right. So they're going to exit on a turn, but remember, when they come in to do their pit stop, some of these drivers, like Justin Allgaier, Sam Hornish, or our pole sitter, Elliott Sadler, they have to look for their pit stall as they turn. And then it's under the lights. Very complicated, very difficult. I didn't like pitting on those turns. Going to keep our eye on it.
Yeah, it's very similar to Martinsville where we had, and it is really hard. You're trying to go down, watch that speed limit, watch the lights on the tack, or else watch the tack itself, and find your pit spot. And it's really hard because you're not used to turning on pit road.
It's really hard when they say, hey, where are you going?
Yeah, right. You know, we've had that happen before, too.
Well, I know where we're going now. We're going into turns 3 and 4 with the lights out on the pace car. And let's reset it for you. It's Elliott Sadler. He has chosen the inside lane. Trevor Bayne alongside. Then in row 2, it's Sam Hornish Jr. and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then Drew Herring, Justin Allgaier in row 3. Jason Leffler 7th. Kenny Wallace 8th. Michael McDowell and Brian Scott round out your top 10. They come down the front straightaway. The capacity crowd is on their feet. This race is great.
You see the enthusiasm of that crowd when they took off.
Yeah, you see the enthusiasm of these drivers as they whistle off of turn 2 here. Kenny Wallace settling in on the low side. Wow, Trevor Bayne on the high side here, I think has the advantage on the exit of 4.
And it looks like he is going to lead on lap number 1 with the number 2 of Elliott Sadler right behind him. And here comes the 22 of Sam Hornish underneath him, looking for second.
Sam looked so good in practice yesterday. The first half of the practice, not so much. But he settled in. He was making wide arcs into the corner. You can't make those wide arcs into the corner without the car being under you.
Behind him, Sadler, and then the 6 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 4th.
Looking real quick to go to 3rd.
Yeah, he's got the inside line, and all of a sudden our pole sitter's going in the wrong direction. And here comes Justin Allgaier to take a peek on that low side.
Marty, when you have a car that's fast, qualify on the pole, and it drifts back at the beginning of the race, you can't panic. You can't overreact. It'd be easy to slide this thing into the wall on corner exit.
You noticed on the onboard shot there with Justin Allgaier heading into the sun as you turn into turn number 4. That's going to be there for quite a while. And it'll be in the driver's eyes and a bit blinding for the next few laps.
So many times we do see a car in the front row drift back, though, you know, and sometimes that's the reason it was on the front row, is because it had that speed for 1 lap.
Carl Edwards and Stephen Wallace side by side. That's the battle for 13th.
Let's keep in mind now, Carl's got only 2 laps. Those are qualifying laps, and he didn't seem or look real comfortable in qualifying, so I expect they're going to need an adjustment or 2 before he gets acclimated to the car and the track.
Left side of your screen, that is Michael McDowell going around the 2 of Elliott Sadler. That puts McDowell into 5th. And boy, I'll tell you what, the 20 of Drew Herring is coming underneath Elliott Sadler as well. The bleeding hasn't stopped yet in the 2 car.
It actually it really surprises me because he won the pole by quite a margin. And typically a car that's that fast, it'll run really good on the beginning of a green flag stretch and then start to fade. This is the reverse. I think that something strange here, maybe air pressure.
Okay, we can tell you Jeff Green in the 44 is taking it behind the wall. Tim Andrews is just turning behind the wall right now. So 2 cars have parked it.
Wow, did you see Elliott Sadler's hands turning back to the right? How loose he got in the middle of the corner?
Drew Herring gets around Elliott. So now move Herring into the 6th spot. Our pole sitter's back to 7th, and he's under attack from the 38 of Jason Leffler.
Yeah, this 2 car is ugly right now. And, you know, again, you just can't overreact and tear up the car. It needs a big adjustment. He's got to wait for a caution.
Yeah, one thing I really like, though, is we see Elliott on the inside of the car. He is fighting that thing. But we already see the guys running good 2 wide with plenty of room in between them. This track is really going to widen out a lot as more we run.
Kenny, that's a great point. You know, other racetracks, you have a car that is this uncomfortable, you get run into from behind. At least he has the option of moving up a groove or you know, the track gives you that option.
it's weird now. You see everybody sits so close to the wheels. We can see Elliott there and actually has his elbow almost on the wheel.
David Mayhew in the 33, trying to get underneath the 11 of Ryan Scott. That is for 9th on the racetrack.
I asked the team about David Mayhew. They said, you know, bring me up to speed on this young man. They said Kevin Love's got a lot of confidence in him. And, you know, it's quite a compliment to get this opportunity.
Well, he's had 2 third-place runs this year in the Truck Series as we get a look on the battle for the lead as Sam Hornish Jr. taking a peek underneath the 16 of Trevor Bayne.
I think, Ricky, you said something earlier about this would be a good race for Sam Hornish to try to capitalize and maybe show what he's got tonight.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. You know, in the middle of the week, he had no idea that he'd be racing the 22 car. Last week's winner out in Iowa. Very, very good race car driver, very talented.
And you notice that rookie stripe looked like yours on the back of your jacket?
I know.
We haven't taken that off yet.
I haven't made it through the night yet.
But you will. You'll be fine.
I'll tell you what, Sam Hornish is doing fine. Got slap traffic in front. That's Jennifer Jo Cobb. She started 43rd right now. She's moved up to 36. Ricky Stenhouse there, the 3rd car in that group, as he is closing the gap as well.
That was pretty cool. Trevor Bayne didn't really compromise Sam Hornish. He moved up half a groove, gave him enough room to get around Jennifer Jo Cobb, and then they went back at it down here in turn 1 and 2.
Right now, Ricky is saying, okay, boys, make up your mind, which now they have. And I think after they made up their mind here that Sam was a little quicker and he's going to go to the front right now, I think we'll see Ricky close that gap.
All right, let's update you while now Sam Hornish has taken over the lead. He's our 2nd leader as we've had 2 lead changes. We now have Chase Miller, Carl Long, Brian Keselowski joining Tim Andrews and Jeff Green behind the wall. We're going to step aside for just a moment. There's your top 5 here at Iowa. We've knocked down 13 of the 250 laps on this 7/8 mile at Iowa Speedway.